You never forget the person who taught your heart how to stay, and then taught it how to live without them. Some stories don't begin with magic, they begin with a distance so wide it feels impossible, yet somehow two people try to cross it anyway. That was us, two immigrants in the vast chaos of the USA, standing in a city that didn't know our names, carrying dreams that were too heavy for our tired shoulders. You used to say America gave people new lives, but you were the only thing that made my life feel new. Every morning started with your messages, small, ordinary, effortless things that slowly became the reason I checked my phone before I checked the time. You talked about building a home here, a small apartment with plants on the window and a kitchen where you'd cook badly but try anyway, just to make me laugh. I believed you, or maybe I just needed to believe someone. You held my fears like they were something fragile, and for the first time in a country full of strangers, I didn't feel alone. I still remember those long rides on empty highways, the sound of the wind slapping the windows, your hand resting near mine but never quite reaching. We talked about everything, the families we left behind, the futures we didn't know how to build, the ghosts that followed us here. And I swear, the way you looked at me during those conversations felt like a promise wrapped inside silence. But life in the USA is strange. It gives hope with one hand and steals time with the other. You got busier. I got quieter. Your messages became shorter. My fears became louder. And slowly, the country that once felt like a chance for us became the place where we learned how distance really works. Not miles, not states, just hearts drifting apart. You said you weren't leaving, but people don't leave all at once. They leave in pieces. First the good mornings, then the late night confessions, then the plans, then the future. And finally, the part where they stop imagining you in it. The worst part, you're still here, same city, same sky, same silence, and I still walk past the places we once talked about visiting together, knowing we never will. This country gave you everything: a career, a life, a path, but it took you away from me. Or maybe you walked away yourself, and I just keep blaming the map because blaming you hurts too much. America didn't break my heart. You did. But the cruelest thing, you still follow me everywhere in this big, loud, overwhelming country, in the streets we walked, the dreams we planned, and the empty passenger seat beside me. It's strange how someone can disappear from your life, yet keep living inside everything you touch. I used to think the hardest part of losing you was the moment you stopped choosing me. But I was wrong. The hardest part is living in a country where every dream feels like one we once shared. The USA is full of stories, but somehow mine keeps circling back to you. I see couples laughing on sidewalks and wonder if that could have been us. I hear accents from home and wonder if you'd turn around if you heard mine. I walk into grocery stores and remember how you told me you hated the cereal aisle because there were too many choices. Yet when it came to us, you chose nothing at all. You know what hurts the most. We were building a life in a place where neither of us truly belonged, thinking maybe belonging to each other would be enough. But it wasn't. Stability came for you. Loneliness came for me. And now I live in the same city as you, breathing the same air, watching the same sunsets, yet somehow we exist in different worlds. You once said the USA changes people. Maybe it changed you into someone who didn't need me anymore. Or maybe it changed me into someone who finally realized you never did. I still replay our last conversation, the one where you said, "I just need time." Funny how time sounds like hope at first and goodbye in the end. You walked away softly, gently, almost kindly, and that's the part that still destroys me. You didn't leave because you hated me. You left because you didn't love me enough to stay. And now every streetlight, every late night Uber, Every crowded coffee shop feels like a reminder of the version of us that never had the chance to exist. I'm trying to heal. Truly, I am. I've learned to sit in parks alone. I've learned to pretend the silence doesn't hurt. I've learned to breathe without waiting for a message from you. But some nights, especially quiet ones, I still catch myself imagining your name lighting up my phone. Not because I want you back, but because some wounds never close. They just learn how to live quietly under the skin. You aren't my story anymore, but you're still the unfinished chapter my heart keeps returning to, hoping to find an ending that doesn't exist. And maybe that's what incomplete love is, a feeling that never leaves, even when the person does. So here I am in a country that promised new beginnings, discovering that some endings follow you no matter how far you move. I'll keep living, keep trying, keep healing. But a small part of me, the part that loved you without reason, will always wonder. If we crossed oceans for our dreams, why couldn't we cross a little distance for each other?